Raiders get set to match up with the Los Angeles Chargers. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a... touchback.
Get set. 694.
On the carry, here's Marshawn Lynch. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
637. 29.
On second down, Lynch. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Hey, 734.
Here's Carr. Cooper's got it. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down.
And the key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves them from a 3-and-out. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41.
Well done, though.
First down, the run with Lynch. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Let's get it. Get set. Purdue. Go Chief.
Now Carr throwing on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10. They'll roll. This is Melvin Gordon. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the number one thing he does best is tackle.
Get set, get set.
Second down, Bridgewater. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Rashad Melvin that time able to make the play.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Khalil Mack in there to get him. And that is sack number 15 for him on the year. To punt it away on 4th down, here's Drew Kaiser. Back deep for the Raiders, Jalen Richard. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play. That time for the Raiders, 56 yards. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 24. They go play action here on 1st down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Down!
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. Buying time to his left. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Go, go. Get set. 29. 29. White.
From the gun, it's Carr. This is Carr. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. In for the score. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here's Desmond King on the return. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Cameron, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Get set.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A Raider first down, 17 yards.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down.
6-18. 180.
Carr now on first down. That is caught inside the 5. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Marcel Aitman with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. And his kick is good. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. To return it now, here's King. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. Now the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10.
Get wide now. Delta.
A 1st down throw for Bridgewater. Whipping one into Allen. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger 1st down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 37-yard line. First down, Bridgewater. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Now Gordon on 1st down. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Mario Edwards Jr. there to bring him down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Delta.
The 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit and not go down and fumble the ball.
They start the drive with Lynch, and he'll get this up only to about the 33. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run again with Lynch. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Raiders on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Carr to throw after the play fake to Lynch. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll get it down deep into Los Angeles territory. On third down, that is a big-time play for the Raiders. 48 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Carr gives to Marshawn, and he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Hey, here we go. Deuce right.
They'll keep pounding here with Lynch. Try to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now Carr on the bootleg. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. So a decent game, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. And when people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
Get down, get down. 94, lady.
Play action. Now it's Carr. Flushed out right. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Khalil Mack in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Bridgewater now on 2nd down. Looking for Benjamin, but it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And the return will stop right around the 25.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Purdue, express. Hey.
Now a play fake here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Getting over man, it's Aikman. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
And what can they do here on second and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's second and goal.
3 down. Down. Blue 80. Low.
Carr to throw on second down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Cooper was the target there. Third down here.
The way he's been slinging it in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that third, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position, now facing third down.
29.
On play action, it's Carr. And this is Carr, it's Cooper. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the lead now increases to 20-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Chargers coming out on the field now. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. He won't go down. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42.
Joey Bosa with the tackle for loss. How about that pedigree in his family?
Yeah, some good pedigree. Tell us about it, Mr. Davis.
Dad played in the NFL, first-round draft pick. Uncle was a first-round draft pick. He's got a brother coming behind him. But Joey Bosa, guy plays really, really hard. Plays all aspects on defense.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Express. All right, get set, fellas. 6-18. 24. Get that quarterback. Go, Chief. Check three.
Shotgun now for Carr. He's going to float this one deep right side. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal, please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
29, express, 29. Low.
Now a play fake. Carr. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
29. Trip. Purdue.
Operating from the gun. Carr. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. The kick by Pinheiro is good. So we've reached halftime here in Oakland with the Raiders on top. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. To return it now, here's King. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this 3rd quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Delta. Go Delta. 20. Delta.
On 2nd down, Bridgewater again. On the right side, caught by Green. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. To throw is Bridgewater. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. They're indeed going for it. Bridgewater. Benjamin with it over the middle. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
Delta. Go Delta.
Now it's a bootleg with Bridgewater. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 10.
Low.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against him offensively. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Bridgewater to throw it. And right side, Hitler's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one goes for 24 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. 4-6 defense, they were daring him to run the football. They ran it. A little football 101. Take us through what the 4-6 defense is, Charles.
So what you're trying to do with your big defensive front is cover the interior offensive lineman, the center, and the 2 guards, and make it difficult if you even want to think about running the ball inside. If you can control them, that allows the linebackers and the safeties to run free and get to the ball carriers. And that play worked really well. No gain.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Bridgewater on 1st down. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And out of bounds all the way down at the 2-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
He'll get it up the middle, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Second down, Bridgewater. And he's got his man. It's Henry for a Chargers touchdown. Hunter Henry, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are able to close the gap just a bit. Caleb Sturgis now for the point after. Sturgis adds the PAT, and that will get him 1 closer. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Raiders. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's...
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. He's at the 30. Touchdown, Oakland. Marshawn Lynch, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Raiders add on to their lead. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Point after, up and good. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. To return it now, here's King. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Set. 20. Delta. Delta.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Going deep here for Allen. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended target, and it's 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Hunter Henry with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit. Sturgis for the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are.
Hey, Raider 2. 29-37.
Now Carr throwing on second down. Going for the deep ball. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
The Raiders on third down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This is going to be 3rd and 13. From the gun, it's Carr. And incomplete. Almost intercepted. The D lineman almost had it. Couldn't hang on.
Good job by this defense, and now playing what they call complementary football. Offense scores a touchdown for them, so they come right out, force what should be a 3-and-out, and keep the momentum squarely on their side.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Chargers getting set to go. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball that cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor. Now they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so they can keep cutting into that lead.
Give him 30 yards there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Allen has it left side. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
Here we go, gotta go. Delta. Delta.
First down, Bridgewater. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Now Carr. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Back now in the East Bay. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. with Lynch. Lynch busting through, and he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off their own offense.
They'll run with Marshawn Lynch. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Express.
On second down, here's Carr. But they'll say it's incomplete.
Even though that's an incompleted pass, shouldn't we give a whole lot of credit to the offensive line?
Yet again, time in the pocket to throw. Time and time again, we have seen that. And you're right, the O-line winning the battle in the trenches. The Raiders on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. They're looking at a third and goal here. Here's Carr. And this is Carr. Touchdown, Raiders. Third touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger offense making their way back out there. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Caught left side, Williams. The 30. 10, 5, touchdown, L.A. Tyrell Williams, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are able to close the gap just a bit. Sturgis adds the PAT, and that will get him one closer. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Carr now on first down. They shakes him off. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you could put yourself in jeopardy.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
6:37.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. That's a loss of 8 yards there to bring up third.
White. 694. What's that?
On third and long, it's Carr. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Brandon Mebane in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up fourth and long. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Now here's a pass on first down. It's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Throwing again, Bridgewater on 2nd and 10. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Those short little routes probably going to be open. The defense, they'll let those happen, especially when they can make an inbounds tackle.
Yeah, where's Coach Madden when you need him? He always talked about taking what the defense gives you, but sometimes you have to know when you have to take more. That was one of those situations.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. And again, it's Bridgewater. Over the middle, he's got Tyrell Williams. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. A really nice gain of 25 yards. A first down throw for Bridgewater. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. On 2nd down, Bridgewater again. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be down deep into Oakland territory. That one goes for 36 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
From the red zone now, Bridgewater. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit. Bridgewater again. And that is incomplete here. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Get set.
Again, they'll pound it with Lynch. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left.
Get set, fellas. Four down. Check. Four down.
The pitch out to Lynch. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Express.
Carr going to look to throw. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Joey Bosa in there to get him for a loss of 5. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. On 3rd down, they go Lynch. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So out come the Chargers. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And it's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. And that one results in 35 yards. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. He's going to let it fly. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the 4th quarter here, trying to preserve the lead. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Bridgewater now on 2nd down. Benjamin with it over the middle. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. 23 yards on the play. Bridgewater on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that's sack number 18 for him on the year. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football, and the Raiders pick it up. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
car down to a knee, and that